Welcome to the Before You Plan the Magic podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm MK, and we're two travel agent besties on a mission to help you grow more confidence, creativity, and customer service within your travel business.
Like what you hear? Connect with us on Instagram at The Happiest Things Co. for more. Good morning, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
We're all dragging except for Christy. Of course, she's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Right, which
even a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know how she is, but
We got snow again here in good old Tennessee. I'm
and
upset.
it's coming for us later this afternoon, and Christy's probably like,
We're-
I exist in snow.
Yeah, we're already buried in it. And it's all under a very thick layer of ice. So doing great.
She's a better woman than me. For sure. So
She also
I'm
lives in
sure,
a city that's prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
but still cold.
Cold, yeah.
Yeah,
It was 70 degrees last week. And
That
now
must be
it's not.
nice.
it was 68 here on Sunday.
It's upsetting, but let's talk about what we learned yesterday. Tiana's no longer virtual queue. What is it? The 25th? I think is the day.
Mhm.
Yep.
So like next Tuesday. And y'all know what that means. You have to update every piece of education that you give your clients that mentions Tiana as a virtual queue.
And Guardians is no longer a virtual queue.
And Guardians. So, I mean, I'm sure it's not a big reach, and Christy and I were talking about this, to say that there'll be individual lightning lanes that your clients will be able to purchase.
You think Tiana's is going to switch to an individual lightning lane?
Yeah. Oh, we
I
have
don't think
this
it will,
horse.
because that would mean that there are 3 individual lightning. I think if they were going to do individual lightning lane, they would have already made it individual lightning lane for Tiana's.
Well, that's true. There would be 3, but do you think they'll keep Seven Dwarfs as an individual lightning lane and not Tiana's?
They kept Seven Dwarfs as an individual lightning lane when Tron hit, so I would say so. And also Big Thunder's closed. So if they take Tiana's away from Multipass, then it's Jungle Cruise, Space, and Peter Pan's Flight, and that's it. So I could see it being adjusted once Big Thunder Mountain reopens, but I personally think it's going to remain, especially in the winter. I don't think it makes sense until at least spring or summer to see how that ride even goes because it's not a thrill ride. If you think about the ones that are considered or that are single passes, I mean, in every single park, they're either very much a thrill ride or they're very much like a full-on experience. So I think it'll just be multi-pass until the summer.
I guess we'll find out on Tuesday.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they would switch it from being what it is, because I was convinced when it opened it was going to be a single, but I don't know why they would switch it now.
I have to sneeze. Keep talking. Maybe it's going to go away. Okay.
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. Yeah, that's a good point. However, we do know they like their coin, so time will
Did you
tell.
guys see the other? Well, this wasn't on DTA. It was actually on a another. I think it was Inside the Magic. They filed a patent to have a technology tool that allows them to basically mask all the other ride carts in the ride, so it feels like it's more immersive using projectors.
In what? In just new rides.
In new rides in general. So it like feels like you're the only cart in the ride, so you aren't see other people, which I think is a fascinating concept.
That'd probably freak me out.
I think it'll be interesting, but yeah, it was a patent they filed. I found it very interesting.
Sounds interesting. I mean, especially with the timing, since they're about to start building all the new stuff.
Right. I was like, okay, with Villains Land and Cars and, like, and I think it was specific. It may have been specifically for Magic Kingdom, or they just were referencing a lot of rides that use Omni Mover, which is the Haunted Mansion, Little Mermaid, all those ride cart, rides. But yeah, that was like the fun tidbit of information I came across yesterday when just looking on the internet for things.
There is also another piece of super exciting news. It's not. New celebration baskets are now available from Magical Floral and Gifts. So you can call and add them. The prices aren't online. Big shock. And have them added. But the new one they have pictured is like a backpack and a lanyard and a hat and a water bottle. And then Oreo, Skittles, chips, and a Rice Krispie treat. Which is all well and good. But if you are wanting to send client gifts or have rooms decorated such and such like that, and want something different than what Floral and Gifts are supplying, then you can check out the Ear for Each Other page, which is like furloughed cast members that do all that stuff. I've used them before, like different people many times, and there's a nice wide array of options.
That's also a great page if you have a client who really wanted Bippity Boppity Boutique, and they couldn't get it. Which, side note on that tip, remind your clients not to tell kids that they're going to be able to do things until they're booked. I've had people do that before, and then they're like super disappointed when they can't book it. It's one of the reasons I suggest 2 Magic Kingdom days, and one of them being at the end of your trip. But yeah, you can find cast members that'll do like in-room makeovers, or former cast members to do that service as well.
I've also seen it for adults.
I mean, yes. I hire one to come do my hair and makeup so that I could do a photo shoot? Yes, I did. It was a very great choice for me because I didn't want to do any of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it's like so boring you can't do Bippity Boppity Boutique if you're over 12.
Okay, but you can do a full-on makeover at the Grand Floridian. Did you guys know this? It's not cheap, but you can do it.
Well,
surprise, surprise.
We are all surprised by that. We're all very silent.
Yeah, I think we're all like half awake.
For sure.
So I have been working on my blog like a lot. And I am very excited about it. I'm doing a lot of like keyword research, but I've discovered better ways to use the tools that I was using. And so it's becoming a lot more like I just have a much better understanding of it, and I'm just like figuring out how to write them faster. So that's what I'm working on this week. I'm very excited about it. It's very fun.
That's awesome. And it's like a perspective of like a potential client or client.
What do you mean?
The reader?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really working on content in silos or clusters. so that I can backlink everything to each other and have like a little web. And then once I have, so like ideally you do like 10 articles at a time. So then once I have those 10, I move on to a different 10. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of outlines done. So now I just have to write them. But yeah, they're all for potential clients.
Excellent.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's fun and exciting. So, what are y'all working on?
The will to live as I look out and see the snow.
That works.
That's a good one.
No,
that's a good
I
one.
have about 4 different parties traveling in the next 2 weeks. So I'm doing final checks for all of that stuff.
Yeah, I have clients there right now. So just trying to keep a finger on the pulse for that. But things are good so far. So that's great.
Wonderful.
The will to live.
Yeah, sometimes that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Since
With
we're all
that
so
said-
robust this morning.
I've had a really great time this morning
With your frozen snacks.
with my, oh my gosh, Christy. I had to go out to my car. I left all of my snacks that I bought at Target yesterday in my car. So I had to go outside to the wretched winter weather and get my snacks. And then I bit into my Rice Krispie treat and it crunched because it was frozen.
That's no fun.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
I don't think you are.
I'm over the weather.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so I'll hope and pray that Friday it's sunny. And we'll see you guys then.
See y'all Friday. Thanks so much for listening to Before You Plan the Magic, a podcast with a mission to help you grow in confidence, creativity, and customer service within your travel business.
Like what you hear and want to connect on a deeper level? Join us on Instagram at the Happiest Things Collective.